A new survey finds that many Americans who are not getting vaccinated are avoiding the vaccine because they think it costs money. They simply do not believe that it is free. This is an incredible example of how Americans have been captured by their for-profit healthcare system that they just simply cannot. It's alien to them, the idea that they can get vaccinated and not have to pay anything. So let me show you more on this here. This is from the New York Times. A recent Kaiser Family Foundation poll found that about a third of unvaccinated adults were unsure whether insurance covered the new vaccine and were concerned they might need to pay for the shot. The concern was especially pronounced among Hispanic and Black survey respondents. Quote, the conversations we have are like, yes, I know it's good. Yes, I want it, but I don't have insurance, said Ilan Shapiro, a medical director of AltaMed, a community health network in Southern California that serves a large Hispanic population. Quote, we're trying to make sure everyone knows it's free. So they're trying to get the word out there, as I think are many people who are in this profession. They're trying to tell people this is free. Don't worry about it. You'll get vaccinated, not be billed. But people have been screwed for so long by their healthcare system that they simply don't believe it. And to be fair, they have a good reason to be skeptical. Congress has tried to protect patients from bills for coronavirus vaccines and tests. Early in the pandemic, it mandated that insurers waive co-payments and deductibles for both services and set up a fund to reimburse doctors seeing uninsured patients. Even so, patients found themselves facing bills for testing, some for over $1,000. Some doctors billed uninsured patients for tests rather than the new federal fund. Others tacked on unexpected fees and services to the testing visit. So this is why many people are skeptical. Even the testing process, for some people, they were billed. But even apart from this, the American healthcare system in general, nothing is free. So, I mean, I can totally understand Americans being shocked to discover that, in fact, this vaccine is free and that they will not be charged for it because they have lived their entire lives in a system that does simply not care about them at all, that only puts profit over people. And you have here an example of how maybe a Medicare for all system would work for everything with this vaccine rollout. You're hearing a lot of Americans who've got the shot and, of course, not been billed talk about how it's incredible, how they just went, they got their vaccine, and they went home. Guess what? That's how a Medicare for all system would work for everything, for a doctor visit, for surgery, for whatever. I live in Canada under a single-payer healthcare system. I've had surgery, gone to doctor visits, of course, many times, never been billed. You just go, you go home. That's it. That's how healthcare should work. But Americans have been so stuck in this system that they simply can't believe it. So let me give you an example of one of those people. So Tiffany Adati, a 42-year-old school bus driver in North Carolina, does cite a concern about cost. That stems mostly from her experience trying to get a coronavirus test. Quote, it concerns me that some places were charging like $200 for a coronavirus test, she said. I didn't pay. I went home. I have enough bills as it is. When Miss Adity was informed that federal law makes the vaccine free for all Americans, she responded, quote, so I'll just have to pay my copay? Learning that it really would be free with no copayment helped a little bit, she said, but it wasn't enough to put her mind at ease about getting vaccinated, at least not yet. Even when she was told it was free, she still thought, oh, well, I still got to pay the copay, right? Wow. Where's Joe Biden? He discussed a public option. I mean, at the very least, a public option would maybe begin to get people used to having a completely free healthcare system. But that's completely gone away. Of course, Medicare for all, not even in the conversation. It's really sad. All the experts, all the data, all the science, other countries show you that a healthcare system free at the point of use, like a single-payer system, is the way to go. Any country that goes to a universal system, guess what? They never go back. And in Canada, our Conservative Party, even though they may want to, privatize as much as possible, even they cannot run on getting rid of our healthcare system because they would be completely eviscerated because of how popular single payer healthcare is in Canada. And that goes for other countries that also have their healthcare, their universal systems. So this is just another example of how the for-profit healthcare system has captured the American people.